Welcome to a journey back in time, to one of the most powerful civilizations the world has ever known. Ancient Egypt, a land of mystery, awe, and wonder. From the sands of the Nile to the soaring pyramids, the story of Egypt's rise is as grand as the monuments it built. Today, we uncover how a small kingdom grew to become an empire that lasted for millennia. The birth of Egypt. More than 5,000 years ago, in the fertile banks of the Nile, one of the world's earliest civilizations began to take shape. Egypt, a land blessed by the yearly flooding of the Nile, saw the rise of its first dynasties. But Egypt's story didn't start as an empire, it started as two separate kingdoms. To the south lay Upper Egypt, a kingdom of vast deserts and mountains, while the north, Lower Egypt, was a fertile land of marshes and delta. For centuries, these two regions were distinct, often at war with one another. But everything changed around 3100 BCE, when the two kingdoms were united by one man, a king known as Nama, or Men's. Nama's unification of Upper and Lower Egypt marked the birth of a single Egyptian state. This event laid the foundation for the great civilization that would dominate northeastern Africa for the next 3 millennia. The Old Kingdom and the Age of the Pyramids. With the unification of Egypt, the Old Kingdom emerged, a time of extraordinary cultural, architectural, and political advancements. The Egyptians were no longer just a group of tribes, they were an organized, centralized civilization, led by a pharaoh, considered both a god and a ruler. The most iconic symbol of the Old Kingdom is, of course, the pyramid. These massive tombs were not just for the pharaohs but were designed to ensure their immortality. The most famous of all is the Great Pyramid of Giza, built for Pharaoh Khufu. The Old Kingdom's legacy is one of architectural marvels, which still stand as a testament to the power and ingenuity of the ancient Egyptians. The Middle Kingdom, rise of the empire. But the grandeur of the Old Kingdom couldn't last forever. After centuries of prosperity, Egypt fell into a period of political instability, known as the First Intermediate Period. It wasn't until 2050 BCE, during the Middle Kingdom, that Egypt was once again united under the rule of Pharaoh Mentuhotep II. Under the Middle Kingdom, Egypt regained its power and expanded its influence. Trade flourished, art and literature thrived, and Egypt began to extend its reach beyond its borders, establishing colonies and gaining new territories. The pharaohs of the Middle Kingdom also focused on military conquests, pushing into Nubia to the south and into the Levant to the northeast, establishing Egypt as a dominant regional power. The New Kingdom, Egypt at its peak. But it was during the New Kingdom, from 1550 BCE to 1070 BCE, that Egypt truly became an empire. This was the golden age of Egypt, where its power, wealth, and influence reached their peak. Under rulers like Thutmose III, Egypt expanded its borders to include parts of Syria, Palestine, and Nubia. Military campaigns brought vast riches, while diplomacy strengthened ties with distant lands like Mesopotamia and the Aegean. Perhaps the most famous of all the New Kingdom pharaohs was Ramses II, also known as Ramses the Great. His reign lasted 66 years and saw the construction of monumental temples, the signing of the First Peace Treaty, and the defense of Egypt against the mighty Hittites in the Battle of Kadesh. The decline of the empire. But no empire lasts forever. In the centuries following the New Kingdom, Egypt faced internal strife, foreign invasions, and economic decline. The once mighty empire slowly crumbled under the pressure of foreign powers like the Assyrians, Persians, and eventually, the Greeks. In 332 BCE, Egypt would be conquered by the Greeks, and under the rule of Alexander the Great's successors, the Ptolemies, Egypt would become part of the Hellenistic world. Yet, the legacy of ancient Egypt would never be forgotten. From humble beginnings along the Nile, ancient Egypt rose to become one of the most powerful empires the world has ever known. The achievements of the ancient Egyptians, their art, architecture, and culture, continue to captivate the world today. The land of the pharaohs is gone, but its legacy endures, inspiring us to look beyond the horizon and reach for greatness. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories from the ancient world.